What's going on, everybody? Halo Drama here yet again with another Rewind Rumble reaction. This one is Gogeta versus Super Bat, and then over here it says Goku and Vegeta versus Batman and Superman. So what I'm assuming is it's a fusion battle. Batman and Superman are going to find a way to fuse, which could spell some trouble for my boys, because yeah, Jesus, dude. I'm usually Dragon Ball biased, but unfortunately it has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that Superman would whoop the Saiyan's ass. Excuse me. And if it's a fusion, Batman's way too smart. Superman's power with Batman's brains in hand-to-hand combat. It's kind of hard for my boys to win this one, but let's see what happens.
They say that Goku versus Superman was the debate of the decade. Well, it's a new decade, and doing the same Goku versus Superman match is so 2010s. We need to step things up. So today, we have a fusion battle of legends. Goku and Vegeta versus Superman and Batman. But this isn't a 2-on-2. It's Gogeta versus Superbat. Today, we find out which fusion is the strongest in the multiverse. Today, we
I don't care how much prep time
Rumble.
you have, Batman, you're not going to beat Goku or Vegeta one-on-one.
Now, before we talk about Superbat, the first thing I need to make clear is that Superbat isn't some random OC. This isn't me just fusing two characters like Goku versus Super Thor. Superbat is an actual story arc in the DC multiverse. Superbat appears in 4 issues, Superbat Parts 1 through 3 and the Superbat conclusion. This is a smaller part of the Superman/Batman Finest Worlds continuity, so what I'm not going to do is take feats from the entirety of post-crisis Superman and assume that Superbat can also pull off such feats. The story starts off with Batman crusading the rooftops of Metropolis and Superman taking care of Gotham. They do this whenever Bruce Wayne has business to handle in Metropolis. This leaves Superman cleaning up Crime Alley for his pal Bats. At an upper-class ballroom-style event, Silver Banshee was able to set up a disguise and cheap-shot both Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. Silver Banshee would have killed Batman and hurt Superman had Batman not got a hold of her brooch. But this also gave them both the Parasite's Curse. This curse is like a delusional version of Freaky Friday. It starts off with giving you something you've always wanted, but takes something else in return. Batman and Superman essentially switched places. Superman deep down wanted to feel human, and Batman deep down wanted to feel powerful to clean up crime. Now, they didn't know this at first, so in the beginning, Batman slowly began to gain Superman's powers, and Superman slowly became more and more human. So in this fight, we're obviously going to have Bruce with Kal-El powers to represent Superbat. And this still is technically a fusion in a sense that you have the mind of a world-class detective and martial artist with the power of the Man of Steel. And because the power transition was gradual, this gave Superman an opportunity to teach Batman how to use his powers. Batman, being the quick learner that he is, was able to easily learn the moves such as the iconic Heat Vision, Arctic Breath, Hurricane Blast Breath, Flight, and X-Ray Vision. Now remember when we said this curse also took something away? Well, Batman slowly started to go mad with power. It started with minuscule things like refusing to let Robin go on missions with him, and grew to him not holding back against Bane, and ultimately fighting the entire Justice League on his own. Superbat was able to take down Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Hawkgirl, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Red Tornado, and Firestorm. Batman only eventually got tricked into losing that battle because he was so mentally distraught. Of course, he becomes easier to trick in such a situation. Supergirl was able to persuade Bruce all the way back down to Crime Alley. This is where Zatanna was able to use the brooch to switch Superman and Batman back to normal. So as for weaknesses, while Superbat is mad with power, he could be easy to trick. Also, like Superman, he needs the sun to refuel. Nightwing was able to damage him for a bit while the battery was low in the dark of the night.
Desperate times called for desperate measures. Goku and Vegeta were running out of options to take on the legendary Super Saiyan, and they needed to throw a Hail Mary. Vegeta already had to do a ton of pride swallowing to fuse with Goku under Vegito, but this time he had to take the next step and do a dance in order to fuse. This took a lot of will for Vegeta to muster up the confidence to do such a thing. And lo and behold, just like that, one of the greatest battles in cinema history was about to commence. And of course, this time, at least, Broly had somewhat of more personality, unlike his predecessor plot device. Gogeta in base form is able to dodge attacks from Super Saiyan C-type Broly and overpower him in his own Super Saiyan state. The power of Gogeta's punches were so intensely powerful, the two Saiyans were able to break through space and time! Yes, space and time! Sending them to a different dimension. Yes, dimension confirmed. Before any of you lowballing Dragon Ball skeptics come out of the woodwork and say that this was just some fancy animation effects, Gogeta made it very clear that they were no longer in the same place they were before they were punching. So yeah, once again.
Okay, I can't listen to this. His voice is annoying as fuck. Just do me a favor, guys. I'll leave a link at the end of the video. It'll be right about here somewhere. I'll get that part figured out. Go back and watch my reaction of Gogeta Blue versus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta from GT. They explain the exact same dialogue for Gogeta Blue here. It's like literally word for word, except somebody else did the commentary last time, and it wasn't as annoying as this dude's voice that I can't sit there and listen to, so I'm going to skip that. And, yeah, we'll... Oh, I didn't jump into the fight, did I? No? Nope. Alright, we'll go from here.
And remember, there is no prep time. Let the battle begin!
Whew, excuse me. Been a long day.
Tara, earrings?
オラの番だ。よっしゃ、行くぜ。お互い目いっぺいやろうぜ。
少しはできるようだな。You ready, Bruce?
Should be good. We'll see. Same thing I said, yeah, mind a Batman with the power suit. Very dangerous.
Are you joking?
They talk to each other respectively. Appreciate Japanese.
Let's go!
Yeah, it's like when Dragon Gogeta. I need you to get back in this there, go. That fella swerve at the end. Okay. I'm not upset, but
Hopefully you enjoyed that animation, and if you did, super special thanks to Team Animation.
Then again,
Reruns
no.
of Cheatham and YT.
what if he's gonna say the same thing that I say? Yeah, they were fused, but it was only really Superman's power. Batman didn't add any power to the situation. He just added, you know, probably more tactics and strategies and fighting skills. Because Superman, I don't read comic books again. I don't know if he's ever actually trained to fight, but Batman obviously hasn't. Goku and Vegeta, they go without saying. But, well, yeah, you know what? Let's see what they say. Oh, unmuted.
Gogeta wins, but this is not a Goku versus Superman debate. Before I pull up stats, I need to let you know which stats I'm allowed to use and which would make 0 sense. We can't pull any post-crisis Superman feat and say that Superbat would scale to it. Same goes for any Wonder Woman or Green Lantern feat. We can, however, pull any feat from the 87 Superman Batman issues plus the 5 manuals that released from October of 2003 through August 2011. And yes, there are plenty of Superman feats outside of these comic issues that could wipe the floor with Gogeta, and possibly even solo the entirety of Dragon Ball Super. But if I use those feats, those wouldn't be Superbat feats. They wouldn't even be a specific Superman feat. They would be Superman feats. Though if we did use those feats, ironically, it would be a fusion. The fusion being a collection of Supermen. But now that you know what we can and can't use, let's break down said feats starting with speed.
Sonic, he's the
Oh, I remember that. I can't remember which Sonic cartoon that was from, but I remember that.
Enough to grab Darkseid and fly to the sun in roughly 35 seconds. Now you're probably wondering how we got that number of 35 seconds. Well, he did it in the time it took him to say 10 sentences or 76 words. The average person speaks at 130 words per minute. Superman, while technically could speak way faster, he usually speaks in normal human
I guess
speed.
I'm in a
This
below
means he
average
flew
human,
from Earth to the
because
sun
a lot
in
of
about
times I don't have
35
shit to say.
seconds. And we know that these sentences are a part of the same conversation because the train of thought all describes the things Supergirl would have missed out on. So to travel 93 million miles in 35 seconds would make Superman roughly 9.5 billion miles per hour or 15.3 billion kilometers per hour. This is about 14.2 times the speed of light, but that was before he charged up in the sun. After charging up in the sun, he flew from the sun to the source wall in 26 words, or about 11 seconds. The source wall is at the edge of the universe, meaning he traveled 46 billion light years in 11 seconds. This totals to 15 trillion, 54 billion, 545 million, 486,754 times the speed of light. So 15 trillion times the speed of light. And reaction and combat speed should roughly be the same, as he is one of the only characters who can dodge the Omega Beam and grab Darkseid and launch him. Now, in Dragon Ball Super Episode 69, Whis flew from Beerus's house to Earth in just 10 seconds. Thanks to SSB Minato and AKM Sama, we found that this distance is about 920 septillion miles. This would make Whis 498 quadrillion times the speed of light. After all, he confirmed he is the fastest one in the universe. But we need Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta's speed, not Whis' speed. If Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta just had 1% of Whis' speed, he would be at about 4.98 or about 5 quadrillion times the speed of light. This means Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta would be about 333 times faster than Superman. Again, that's assuming Superbat could scale to Superman directly. And I know post-crisis Superman in general has way better feats, but out of the thousands of Superman issues that exist, Superbat could theoretically only scale to about 87 of them. So ultimately, the speed edge does go to Gogeta. Let's move on to power/durability. I I know
Is that
Superbat
Optimus
uses the
Prime?
infamous phrase, finally without limits, finally unstoppable, but for a character that was literally going through a messiah complex thinking he's God, and later admitting he was being irrational, it's hard to take this phrase word for word. Once again, the best Superman-Batman power feat would come from issue number 13.
I swear, every time I'm
obviously
in
fighting
between
Darkseid and going to give
videos,
you
they're
some of his
never
best
barking.
feats. That
As
is
soon
when
as I start
Superman
recording,
cracked
they
the
go
Source
crazy.
Wall. This would easily make him universal level. And because this was the only thing that locked down Darkseid, Superman should also scale to having universal durability. Gogeta's battle with Broly was so powerful that the battle sent shockwaves that shattered through various dimensions, an incomparable feat in the Dragon Ball franchise to date. Goku himself was already at a universal level since he sent shockwaves that would have destroyed the universe with his Super Saiyan God form, so Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta should easily be multi-universal. This would give Gogeta a massive power and durability edge. Some of you might be wondering, but didn't Superbat single-handedly wipe the floor against the Justice League? There are a few things we need to point out about that. One, he never fully took out Supergirl. She eventually was able to trick him about his parents. Two, it is entirely possible that the JLA were pulling their punches and holding back as they were afraid to actually kill Bruce, and probably vice versa on Superbat's end. Batman, while still in a bad mental state, even spared the likes of Bane. And of course, Superbat's power does fluctuate throughout a battle. In the middle of the night, Nightwing, a human with no powers, was able to give Superbat some trouble. Ultimately, he did lose to Superbat, but this is worth bringing up. Another edge Gogeta has is being a true fusion or a power combination. Superbat's scenario is more of a body swap as it's Batman with Kryptonian abilities. This is kinda like Gogeta versus Superman. You can argue that this is a 2-on-1 in some sense, and even if we threw in a human Superman with bat armor, I'm not sure that would be a huge factor.
But they did a fusion
and I know
in the
animation
video.
showed a Potara fusion,
Right.
but again, the animation is not a simulation. And even if Batman and Superman
That-
were to fuse, the result would still probably be the likes of
doesn't make any
Superbat,
fucking
Superman
sense.
with Batman's skill. No offense to Bruce,
Well,
but
yeah.
in terms of power levels, I don't think he will be helping Superman that much.
Right. Called that one.
Overall, Gogeta wins because not only is he 333 times faster and has multi-universal level striking strength that topples Superbat's universal strength, he also has an edge in a sense that this is more so a 2-on-1, making the winner of this Rumble Gogeta. Now, if you want to see...
Stop. Alright. That was nice, well. His analysis somewhat made sense. Still pointing out shit that didn't happen, but he definitely called out everything that I was talking about. Yeah, it's basically Superman with Batman's mind, which is cool, but fucking with Goku and Vegeta, yeah, like you said, that's a true fusion. So their power was, yeah, he just outclassed Superbat, whatever the fuck you want to call him. But yeah, that was a sick ass fight. I liked it. Hope you guys did too. Like I said, I'll leave somewhere in here, somewhere in this region, I'll leave the video for Gogeta Blue versus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That way, if you guys want to hear the explanation about Gogeta Blue and his feats, you can go back and watch that. It'll give me a view and it'll give you some entertainment. In any event, I appreciate it. But on to the next time when I have time. Until then, peace.